And in today's video, we're going to knit a hat using the White Tiger knitting machine. Okay, I want to make a project on the White Tiger knitting machine, which is 140 stitches across. Now, the provided system is not as wide as I need it, like I'm only a few short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this comb on as much as I can, and then I'm going to try and use a claw weight on the 2 stitches that are not going to be on the comb properly. So the first order of business is to find something that I can put on these needles to get the what is the term I'm thinking of? To be able to support what I need to do. So I'm going to be creative, and maybe I'm going to have to find one of my tension swatches and use those as a cast-on rag. So give me some time and we'll find something to put on these needles to protect the carriage and the cast-on comb from getting destroyed. Okay, so I made a quick little cast-on rag. My goodness. For this project. I am now going to very carefully put the weight comb on there. Looks like I got a little bit. See if I can't grab that corner. All right. And one little claw weight right there. I'm going to use the brown for my waste yarn. And I'm going to knit once across. See if this works. It's a little hard. Don't know why. Okay, so that's going there. Okay. Seems okay. The only thing I really care about is that most of it is on the cast-on comb. Well, I mean, most of the cast-on rag is on the cast-on comb, which it seems to be. I'm now going to come forward. What is going on here? My goodness. Okay, I'm going to move my camera out of the way of the tension mast, and then we'll knit some more rows of waste yarn, and then we'll get on to the actual project. I hope that makes a difference. I'm now going to add more weight to this cast on comb. Just enough to pull down some of it. Taking a deep breath, and I'm just going to knit a couple more rows of waste yarn. Now the project itself is supposed to be 70 left and 70 right. So I'm going to move the right hand side in 1. Now I'm going to knit a couple more rows, and then we will use a row of ravel cord. Okay, to me that is sufficient. I am now going to put on my ravel cord to drop it behind the machine. Open the door, put it in, put a little clip on it. Now I'm going to go across. All right, second clip. All right, we will now E-wrap some colorful sock yarn onto the needles. Do you have to E-wrap? Well, actually, no, you don't. So, instead of E-wrapping, we're just going to let it go. And then we're going to knit 88 rows with a colorful sock yarn. We're going to start with 44, take a break, and then do another 44. I am going to lower my tension down to 5. So that's row 1. We have 43 more rows to knit. How do you count them? Well, I'm using Design a Knit to count for me, but I do have to be very careful to watch and make sure that I'm not missing any rows. I'm going to take a deep breath, and we're just going to go for it. Oh, I do need to put a clip on the fancy yarn. All right, let's do this. Make sure that I'm staying loose here. That went too tight. This is a fresh cake, so it's a little bit, what's the term? It's a little snug. Okay, I'm going to do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're keeping good count. Loosen some more yarn here. $15 more rows to go. Was it 29? 29 more rows to go. We should be on row 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're on row 15. 29 more rows to go. As this cake loosens up, we'll get better. Okay, we have 9 more rows to knit. Ignore the happy doggy. She just came home from picking up the kid. This seems awfully long. If we put this in half. Nope, we're just going to follow the directions. So 5 more rows to go. How much more yarn do I have? I have a little bit of yarn left. 4 more yarn to go. Well, I'm going to have to take a break. All right, this is the last row of the first set of 44. Now, I'm going to count all of these. To find my counting stick. And we'll see if we got 44. 1, 2, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Yes, our system is working. How much yarn do I have left? Oh, I got lots. Okay, so now we are going to knit the next set of 44. So, part 2, locked and loaded. Telling my row counter to count. Everything looks pretty good. I'm now going to knit another 44 rows. Okay, there's nothing exciting about knitting 44 rows, which we have 35 more to go. So I'm going to pause this, knit the 44, and then we'll come back and do the next stitch. Okay, so now we are at row 44 for the second time. I'm now going to put a claw weight on each edge. I'm going to put a claw weight in behind the center, up towards the top. Now, this machine came with weight bars for this purpose. Let me put it up here for just a second. We're now going to take the weight off. Take the clips off. Take the weight bar off. And now we are going to hang the piece back on the machine. So we start with the very first stitch, which we can so we have this first one, and we have a first one over here. One around the middle. And now we take this weight bar and we put it in the center. You tuck it in, and that puts weight on the piece. So now you get to pick the stitches back up. And hang them on the next stitch. This is a long, tedious process. But once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty fast. You want to hang every single stitch that has ravel cord in it onto the corresponding stitch that is up. When we get to this end, we'll come back and you guys can take a look at it. Okay, we're in the next half. No magic way to do this, you just stitch by stitch. I'm just going to bring all these stitches out to E. And continue on hanging each stitch. Okay, here we go. Last couple stitches. With luck, I did screw this up. We'll see. Couple more stitches. All right. Take that down. One, two, 3, and 4. All right, so now I'm going to back up the camera and then we're going to knit 60 rows. Okay, so taking a deep breath, I am not taking the weight bar out of the hem. We are just going to knit 60 rows. Oh, check that. My pattern actually says 52 rows. So my lock-in row I'm going to increase to as high as it goes. So tension 8, knit 1 row, and then knit 51 rows. Okay, lowering the tension again, back down to 5, going back up, knitting the rows. Okay, this is going to get really boring really fast. We're going to knit up to probably row 40, and then we'll come back. Okay, we have 10 more rows to go. All right, now we get to transfer every other needle to the left or right. Doesn't matter. You want to have every second needle out of work. So I'm going to start with pushing all these needles out. And I'm going to transfer them to the left. So we start on this side, transfer 1. Once you take the yarn off the needle, push it back into A position. Once we get these all transferred, we'll come back and we'll knit some more rows. Okay, you can see that I am still working on transferring every second needle. And I will keep going on every second needle until we get to the end. Okay, I'm almost there. All right, that's the last one. Pushing this all back. Okay, now we are going to lower our tension from 5 down to 2. That should be about 2. We are now going to knit 4 rows. So here we go for 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to cut this at the color change. And now I'm going to remove this piece by putting each of the stitches onto a double line needle. So let me get that. Okay, so common sense says you start on this side, but I don't. I started on the opposite side. Pulling it through. And I'm just going to go straight across until I get to here. I will remove the weight when I get to, well, now. Just stay on the claw weights for now. Okay, so I'm just going to take each stitch and remove it on the double eye. You get the idea. We'll come back when I'm closer to the edge. Okay, still working on it. You can see that this is a very beautiful hat. The brim is virtually invisible thus far. And we're just going to keep working on it. Last two stitches. 1 and 2. All right. I'm going to finish drawing this yarn through the loops and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is the hat thus far. You can see it's very generous, very bouncy. We're now going to remove the waste yarn. All you gotta do is pull the ravel cord. Waste yarn is removed. And then I gotta unravel the other waste yarn. Okay, so I'm going to turn this inside out. You can see how nice the stitches are. Sorry, I had the way. I'm going to use the generous yarn tail that I created to do the stitches on the side here. And then we'll come back and take a look at our hat. Okay, so now we have this beautiful hat. It's huge. I'm going to put it on my little mannequin and we'll take a good look at it. Okay, so here we have our simple little hat. And fold it. It's a good little project. Really simple. 140 stitches. 88 rows for the brim. 52 rows for the main part of the hat. Transfer every other needle. Knit 4 rows, tension 2. Remove on the needle and seam up your seam. There you go. What should we do next? How about a sock?